Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. You know, I keep on hearing people talking about breaking Rocky Marciano's record as if no one has done that before. Anybody knows who is the person who's an international fighter who has broken Rocky Marciano's record fighting international world-class competition? I'm going to give you a couple seconds to answer me. If you said Julio Cesar Chavez, you are absolutely wrong. So, let me tell you who that person was and why it's not Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez lost. Therefore, when he retired with losses on his record. Therefore, he cannot be considered as somebody who beat Rocky Marciano's record. No matter how you try to look at it, you have to retire. Your career has to end. And then we can say that. The person who beat Rocky Marciano's record was known as El Finito. Nacho Bernstein's prodigy, an excellent boxer. The quality of his competition was world class, and we're going to look at him for a few minutes. Ricardo Lopez. He had 52 fights. He had 51 wins and 1 draw. That sort of mars his record. But not really. The fact is he was undefeated when he retired. But why is it a lot of people don't talk about Ricardo Lopez? Only people in the boxing world know about him. Well, the major reason why that is so is because Ricardo Lopez came up in a time when everybody was really interested in Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. These were the big tycoons, and Pernell Whitaker. And because those guys are much bigger boxers, and Ricardo Lopez was in the lowest weight classes, that is, the lowest weight class you can get to is strawweight or minimum weight, and then he spent a little time in junior flyweight, he didn't get that much recognition. However, he was on pay-per-view cards, a number of pay-per-view cards, because he was just that good. So he defended his WBC strawweight championship a record 21 times, rivaling Joe Louis back in the day when he had defended his championship quite a number of times as well. He not only won the WBC world titles, but he also won the WBA and WBO at strawweight. And then he went on to win the IBF light flyweight or junior flyweight championship and defended twice before retiring. El Finito means the refined, and definitely this guy was a world-class quality boxer, to which I believe Floyd Mayweather borrowed some things from. And I'll tell you, Roy Jones Jr. probably borrowed a couple things too, because the leaping left hook and some of those uppercuts that Floyd Mayweather utilizes look very similar to Ricardo Lopez's uppercuts. Of course, Nacho Bernstein's trademark are those uppercuts that you even see Juan Manuel Marquez doing. But the difference is Marquez, he still keeps himself open when doing those uppercuts. But when you look at Finito Lopez box, the man is boxing perfection. I mean, this dude really epitomizes hit and not get hit. Here he is, Ricardo Lopez. I'm just going to let you see a few little video clips of him, just in case you don't know who he is. Here's Nacho Bernstein. I want you to go look at some video of him online on YouTube. You'll be surprised at this guy, man. Unfortunately, I can't show his defensive maneuvers, but he was a machine in that ring offensively. And again, he looks very much like Floyd Mayweather when he's throwing his punches, because he's quite rangy. He has long arms for a guy that small, and that's the beauty of him. To this day, he's still there. His son right now is, I think, in flyweight, fighting in flyweight. He's also undefeated. Look at his movement now. This is him beating a South African fighter. This is him taking the title from the Japanese champion, his first title. Leads with the right hand. Leaping left hook, and then he blasts him with a hook uppercut. Here he is again, dancing in and out. Looks kind of like Marquez there. Beautiful craftsman. Classy boxer. That's real boxing right there. In and out movement, so the guy can't counter him. See? Tried to trade hooks with him, and he caught him with the left hook. Look how he mixes up his shots to the body and to the head, and stays out of range at the same time. He's kind of wide with his punches, kind of like Marquez, but all in all, a fantastic fighter. A fantastic fighter. So for those of you who didn't know that Rocky Marciano's record has already been broken by this gentleman, El Finito, well, now you know. You learn something every day. My point being, it's not about being undefeated. It's about fighting worthy competition. I just want to make a comment about Floyd Mayweather. I do believe that he's an excellent fighter, and I do believe he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao as that fight is coming up. And I do believe having Manny Pacquiao on his record, if he can beat Manny Pacquiao and remain undefeated, will make him, rise up in the ranks in terms of undefeated fighters. Rocky Marciano had his Joe Louis. He beat Joe Louis, but he never really had a rival or a pound-for-pound fighter in his rankings. Manny Pacquiao is the pound-for-pound fighter, who, is ranked very highly, and it would be a travesty for Floyd to end his career without fighting Manny Pacquiao. Remember, it's not so much about being undefeated as it is more about fighting world-class competition. Paul Spadafora, man, he fought some tomato cans to get to 49 and won. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who broke on Rocky Marciano's record, but they have never fought world-class opposition. So it's all about fighting worthy competition, how you beat them, and the level of fight that you get that makes these things memorable and that really elevates you to a certain status in the world. Alright guys, I'm on to the next one.